morning. My name is Kimberly Beth Gruntz, if you don't already know me, and I am super passionate about learning. I'm super passionate about young children specifically, and over the last few years, I've really begun to dive deep into looking at how all of humans learn and why we're taught the things that we're taught, why our education system looks the way that it looks, and what we can do to make the world a better place, to live our lives in better ways. And after my last experience working in a preschool was a few years ago, I had a wonderful school, I had some great support, but there was also a lot of structure. And suddenly I looked at the world kind of through new eyes, and I started noticing how much indoctrination I was creating on my class, how many things I was really explicitly teaching that was teaching children not to follow their own inner guidance, not to trust themselves when something didn't feel good, but to follow along and do what they were told, because obedience was a really important factor in school. And doing what everyone else does was a really important factor in school. And that experience really could go on and on and on. But what it did was it lit a special spark in my own brain that took me from what I already knew about how young children learn, learning through play, learning through authentic experiences. A great mentor that I had early on in my early childhood career told me that life is the curriculum for young children. And as I started to follow this path and to explore more deeply how children learn as they get older, so in the school I also had access to some older children as well, experience, I started to see that life is not just the curriculum for young children. Life is the curriculum for life. It's the curriculum for all of us. And that we are natural learners. We come out of the womb curious. We want to learn things. We want to know things. And for a lot of people, that stops when they start to go to school and they have to learn very specific things that they are not interested in, things that are outside their realm of personal experience, things that just don't match up with their lives. And yes, there's value in exposing to people to a lot of different things, but when you're mass educating groups of people and you have very big ratio of students to teachers, there's a really big difference of what a big divide of what you're able to follow specifically for that child. I'm kind of getting off a little bit, but I'm so excited that I have fallen down this path of self-directed education, which is a growing movement. There are many different ways to do self-directed education, but one of the ways that people do it who are homeschooling is called unschooling, where you basically don't do school. You follow the passions and desires of your children. You're a conscious caregiver where you help your child to look within, to be mindful, to look around them and see what is interesting. And you help your facilitator in their learning by guiding them and extending the things that they're interested in so that they can learn. And it may seem crazy, like kids that learn this way still go on to become doctors and chefs and architects and all of these different things. And in a way, they learn in a much deeper level because they were interested and they chose those tasks from an early age. Kids who are unschooled start businesses when they're like 8. They go out into the community and they interact with a wide variety of people from diverse backgrounds and ages in a way that children who are in traditional schooling just cannot do. So there are a lot of benefits to unschooling. It is totally out there if you've never heard of it. It goes against everything that we've been raised with. And like I said, it took me some years to fully get it. Seeds were planted way back in 2012 when I was in grad school. I watched a video in my history of education class and it looked crazy. The kids had no structure. They could do whatever they wanted. But that is part of the process, is letting kids take risks, letting kids decide what they want to do and have fun. Because guess what? We learn when we're having fun. I'm sure you've experienced that. Even when you're watching YouTube videos about how to build maybe a bird feeder, you're having fun because you are really interested in it. So, like I said, I could go on and on. I'm going to start to make more videos like this. If you have specific topics or questions you want answered, leave me a comment. And I can't wait to talk to more of you and start to build a community around self-directed education and really helping ourselves and our children to be the very best versions of themselves. Peace.